Metis Crossing is open seasonal, and we're open from May long weekend till September long weekend. We give daily tours of our Metis Museum, our historic village, and we have 2 restored homesteads, nature trails. Our site is kept very, very rustic, the way it was, with the exception of us maintaining it diligently, I guess I would say. We have a garden and antique farm machinery display. In 2008, we added zip lines, which really has nothing to do with our culture as Métis people, except for the fact that Métis people are very resilient. We come from 2 worlds. We come from the First Nation world and the European world. And I, to this day, stand in front of people and tell them I got the best of both worlds. We were very entrepreneurial throughout history. We've done whatever it takes to survive. We don't have, we're not part of, when people say Aboriginal, they kind of group us all into one. We are Aboriginal. We are not Indian. We're not First Nation. We are not Inuit. We are Métis. And it's our own culture, and that's what we do here at Metis Crossing, is promote that. We have a campground, gift shop, playground, day use area. Our historic village basically is set up to showcase how Métis people would have lived in the 1800s. I'm going to go really fast. I do have brochures over here. We have 2 restored homesteads. One homestead is the Corrine homestead, which belongs to the site where we now are. And the other one is the Sinclair homestead, which is another Métis person that lived on a river lot just down a ways, and we've moved it to Metis Crossing and, of course, restored it. We have one of the barns that was on the property back in the 1800s when the Métis people first homesteaded these river lots. We restored this barn. Upstairs we have a museum. Downstairs we have a meeting room that we rent out. Our zip lines, very exciting. Like I say, not much to do with our culture. You do get the scenic tour of Metis Crossing. You see lots of days when you're on the zip line, you're seeing deer and moose and, of course, fox and coyote and everything running around. It goes across our field, comes back along the river through the trees, and we're right along the North Saskatchewan River. Metis Crossing is a gathering place. You can rent it for almost anything, whether it's, we've had weddings out there, we've had corporate. Of course, you can see in the bottom picture, might recognize Brenda Holder, who does some work at our site for us, as far as corporate trainings and different things like that, as well as our day-to-day activities. We have 3 special event days a year. You can see them there. We have a National Aboriginal Day, of course, which we celebrate. We have a 2-day music jamboree. Music is very big part of the Métis culture. And of course, our Metis Crossing Voyage, which we have every year at the end of towards the end of August. The Métis are, like I say, one of 3 of Canada's Aboriginal peoples, and there's just some stats on the Métis people of Canada. And if you don't know about Métis people, if you think Aboriginal, yes, we are Aboriginal, but we do have our distinct culture. We are owned by the Métis Nation of Alberta. That's how we got started. It began as a dream of the Métis Nation of Alberta to have a place they can call their own, a place where they can celebrate their culture and do all this kind of stuff. The Métis Nation did decide to make this dream a reality and has done so very well. The picture there is of late Homer Patra, who is one of our great Métis fiddlers and leaders. And there's a program on TV called Fish Out of Water. I had them there in 2008, and that's part of the filming there. We started with a study, a Métis Millennium Voyage, years ago, deciding where this place that the Métis people wanted, where it should be. There were 60-plus locations across Alberta where Métis people had big-time were big time part of the development of that area. So there was many places Metis Crossing we could have been. Of those locations, we ended up being, our current location was one of 12 that came to the surface out of those 60. About this time, the people that owned Metis Crossing were a German couple by the name of Schaefer's, and he was sick and they were wanting to sell, and they wanted the land returned to the Métis people. It was still in the original river lot system, which isn't much around anymore around Alberta, but it was still in the original river lot system. They wanted it returned to the Métis people, and they wanted to sell it to us, and they did. There's a picture of the Cromarties. We have river lots that were originally homesteaded in the 1800s by Cromarty family, Norn family, Erasmus families. And so the Métis Nation of Alberta bought it. Great. The Métis Nation had to develop a proposal for the land and to gain the interest of the bank, which they did do. They, after they did buy it, they approached 3 Métis businessmen who they managed to get the money from to pay off our loan, our debt to the bank. With that help from the Métis businessmen, we did get some initial support from the government in the form of a Centennial Legacies grant. And then the Victoria Landing Development Board was created, and in 2006 we changed our name to Métis Crossing Board, and that's who I work for. I work for a board of directors. The M&A tourism strategy, basically Métis Crossing is the hub, and of course there's 6 regions in Alberta, and they all will do their stuff as well. Like I say, it started as a major initiative of the Métis Nation. I'm really not doing this justice, but I need to get through it. It's a place to showcase Alberta's Métis culture, interpretation, education, gatherings, and business development. And we do a lot of that. We educate a lot of people in our area. We service schools from May long weekend when we open till the end of June, and we're booked solid with schools coming for our Métis interpretation. Some of our goals: Métis Crossing will share our story with all people. We will be a gathering place. We will achieve financial self-reliance and be developed free of capital debt. We have like a 30-year plan that we have different things we want to do at Métis Crossing, but we are doing them as we have the capital because we want to be developed free of capital debt. There is no funding we aren't nonprofit. We are a business, and we are Métis, so there isn't money coming to us. The process, we did extensive consultation with different people, the Métis people, the community, the area of Smoky Lake County where we exist. Historic research, environmental audits, Métis involvement was big time in what it should be. Had a business plan, marketing plan, operationals plan, master plan that I spoke about. We are Métis owned and operated. We conducted workshops with Métis people across the province. What should Métis Crossing be? What is our story? And of course, Métis being the diverse people they are, the diverse culture they are, there was lots of stories, and we needed to. Okay, now what are we? We had to develop our storyline, and we do have a approved storyline at Métis Crossing. You look at my family. I come from a family of 9. Some of us really take on more of our First Nation ancestry. Some of my brothers and sisters take on more of the European. So we are a very diverse culture. So we had to determine what's going to be at Métis Crossing, what's our storyline, and we developed an authentic experience. And it is, like I say, I'm the executive director. I'm a very proud Métis. My interpreters are Métis. The other staff does not have to be Métis, but I think you're telling a lie if you don't use Métis interpreters to interpret your Métis history. How did we do it? We believed in our dream of having a place to showcase our Métis culture. Lots of hard work by M&A staff, Métis Crossing staff and volunteers. Fund development. Developed many meaningful partnerships, relationship building, government, corporations, individuals. This Threads of a Sash is basically, it's our, where we put people by their donations. They get recognized in the different categories. Our progress, 2005, we had our centennial opening with a huge celebration. We opened for our first season in 2006. We just now completed our 5th season, and future developments are ongoing. Community benefits, Métis Crossing is becoming a very popular destination attraction, increasing many things, intercultural dialogues and understanding, community pride and sustainability, cultural and social experiences, economic development, tourists, jobs, partnership opportunities, and other business opportunities. And with our numbers, the way they've gone up steadily in the last 3 years, people are starting to take notice of Métis Crossing. Ongoing challenges, funding is all I could have really put, but there's a few other things. Location, we have a great location. Our history's there, our culture's there. It was a Métis place, you know, beautiful scenery. We're about just over an hour and a half northeast, or about an hour and a half northeast of Edmonton, but at the same time, it's a great location. We have the spirituality there, the culture there, all that stuff there, but at the same time, that location can also hurt you as far as we're in a Ukrainian community, which is great. You know, they treat us great, all that, but how do you hire Métis staff in Ukrainian community? So there's that traveling thing, that's always an issue. Competing with both big tourism business and government-funded tourism is a real challenge for us. Seasonal operation is a real challenge for us. We are not set up to work to operate year-round right now. So every year you're starting over at zero with, actually at one myself for your staff. And so you're looking for new staff and going on. How do we measure success? Increased attendance from year to year, great customer feedback, increased in revenue from year to year, recognition from the tourist industry, recognition from our local area, continued support from the Métis community, increase in partnerships and ongoing partnerships. Proposed expansion, we really need to build a year-round interpretive center. There is just so much more that will help us become more and more sustainable by having a year-round building so we can operate year-round, because there's so much there we can do in our beautiful site. Different things listed there. Learnings, different things. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Keep people around you that have the same goals you do. Be willing to do the work, overcome the negatives, and realize that you can't please everyone. Even in the Métis community, when they were determining where this place should be, there was, I think, a few Métis people in different areas where they knew it, they had their history there as well, that Métis crossing at this didn't end up there. So, you know, you really need to just to move forward. Do the required business marketing plans, build those relationships and partnerships, hire the expertise you don't have, and don't quit. Métis Crossing, just a few pictures there. This year was, I don't know if any of you know, it was named the Year of the Métis in Canada. With that, I hoped for money from our federal government when they proclaimed it the Year of the Métis. Haven't seen any, and it's December something. So, but just wanted to share that we were, that this was named the Year of the Métis in Canada. Thank you.